Hello world. My name is Dan Brown. Now, you may think you know what heartbreak is. You may think you know what it is to have a broken heart. But I'm telling you right now, you do not know what heartbreak is. You do not know. You do not understand. You can't understand what heartbreak is. Unless you are a Cleveland Indians fan like I am. See, just over a week ago, the Cleveland Indians were up 3-1 in the American League Championship Series. They were up 3-1. One win away from going to the World Series. We were so close. So close that you could smell the World Series. You could smell the World Series like you could smell an apple pie baking in your very own kitchen, 2 feet away from your nose. You could almost taste the champagne of victory. And then we blew it. And then we lost. No, you do not understand heartbreak. Unless you are a Cleveland Indians fan like I am. But seriously, I am a baseball fan. I really do like baseball, and October is one of the few times that I will actually pay quite a significant amount of attention to sports. And when the Indians, one of my favorite teams, got that close to going to the World Series, I got really excited. And to have them lose, they were up 3-1. They needed to win one more game, and they lost 3 games in a row to the Boston Red Sox. And it was really a sad thing for me. So I love baseball, I love fun and games. There's a time and a place for baseball and fun, but there is something more serious that I'd like to touch on here. And I'd like to start by showing you this video clip.
If you like boogie woogie rhythm, she's got a beat. Let the boogie woogie watch a woman give you a treat. On every afternoon, that's when the sessions begin, and all the boys from all the bands come down and sit in. They sit around and knock each other out when they play, while the boogie woogie watch a woman washes all day. Rub me up down, that's just the way she rubs. Rub me up down, that's just the way she scrubs. Rub me up down, she wears her all and up. She rubs and rubs the knuckles right on down to the nuts.
That was a clip from the animation short called Scrub Me Mama with a Boogie Beat, made back in the olden days, back in the what is called the golden age of cartooning. The racial stereotypes used in Scrub Me Mama with a Boogie Beat are pretty apparent, and to the modern day observer, they're pretty awful. But thank goodness that that movie's old, thank goodness that racial stereotypes in the mainstream like that are a thing of the past, right? Wrong. In case you didn't know it, the mascot of the Cleveland Indians, this man right here, is known as Chief Wahoo. And if you just look at him and think about that, this is a really horribly racist, stereotypical image of Native Americans. It's wrong to be using a group of people, an ethnicity, as a mascot for a sports team, to be equating Native Americans or Indians with marlins, fish, or with orioles, birds, or with bears, or with socks. It makes it seem like they're less than human, which they certainly are not. It makes it seem like it's okay to stereotype. It's okay to say, well, they're different. Let's deal with a hypothetical here. Let's say that instead of being the Cleveland Indians, and don't take this the wrong way, but instead of being the Cleveland Indians, that they were the Cleveland Blacks. And instead of having Chief Wahoo as their mascot, they had one of those characters from Scrub Me Mama with a Boogie Beat. It's a pretty horrifying image. It's clearly wrong, and Chief Wahoo and the Indians is just as wrong. It's just that this has been burned into our unconscious for such a long time that we don't think as much of it as we would of the Cleveland Blacks baseball team. The fact of the matter is that we need to be working to make racial stereotypes a thing of the past, and racial stereotypes certainly should not, and should not ever be, part of the mainstream like baseball. Now, I certainly don't blame anyone in particular for the Cleveland Indians being the Cleveland Indians. They're a historic team, and they've been around for a very, very long time, and were founded in a day and age when we simply didn't have the same cultural sensitivities that we have today. Until this year, I really hadn't put any thought into the Cleveland Indians being the Cleveland Indians as a bad thing. I've been a baseball fan my whole life, and I really hadn't thought anything of it. So to blame anyone for it is really not a fair thing for me to do. I would like to use this platform that I have on YouTube, having X number of subscribers, to call upon all commissioners of all professional sports and to realize that having Native Americans as mascots is not an acceptable thing in today's society. And I would like to request that, granted, it would be a long process, it would be an expensive process, but it's the right thing to do, and it's what really should happen. But I'd like to call on them to change their team names. As a Cleveland Indians fan, I have a lot of trouble remaining a fan of a team that I find to be racist. It troubles me to be proud of the Cleveland Indians when they do well, when they are the Cleveland Indians. So on a personal level and on the level of all of society, I request that the mascots please, please, please be changed. Thank you for watching. I am Dan Brown, and I am out.